Hello, everybody. It's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I bet this is going to be a treat. I would probably guess it is. This is from Trillium Brewing Company. They're up in Massachusetts, in Boston, Massachusetts. This is their Dialed In. And according to the label here, it says a double IPA brewed with Pinot Gris juice. That's wine, ain't it? Ain't that wine juice? It's 8.5% alcohol by volume. Plain Jane can with their usual stick-on wrapper here. This was sent to me by Rico, and from what I remember him saying on the sheet here, that he traded for this. Let me see. What's on this sheet here? Oh, no. I apologize. I should have got that sheet out before I fired the video up. No, it's not on there. Maybe it's on this one. No, I'll look it up when I come back. This should be, Trillium does some outstanding, world-class, off-the-chain type beers. Them and Treehouse and several others up there. And there are some West Coasters that are starting to get into this unfiltered orange juice, grapefruit looking beers now. I have not had this beer. I cannot get this beer here, and if I remember him, I don't think he can get them. He traded for this. So he actually traded some beers and sent this to me. Well, what a guy. Rico, you the man. You are impressive, sir. Commercial description on this one. I don't have the IBUs listed here. Then they may have them on Untappd. Nope. So nobody knows what the IBUs are on this beer. It says this iteration of Dialed In is a fresh, juicy double IPA, intensively dry hop with Galaxy and Eldorado, pouring a vibrant, hazy gold aroma of white wine, tropical fruit, and citrus swirl around the nose. Upfront flavors of grassy hop, lime zest, and pineapple coincide with venomous notes of the mid-fermentation additions of Pinot Gris juice. Soft and creamy with moderate bitterness, medium light body with a crisp finish. ABV is 8.5%. So that these Pilsner C15 flake wheat, dextrine hops, Galaxy Eldorado, and Columbus in the brewing of this beer. So, food pairings for this style of beer. Cuisine is going to be your barbecue, and the cheeses are peppery, Monterey pepper jack, sharp blue, cheddar. Your stronger cheeses, Gorgonzola, Limburger, and the meat is game and grilled meat and salmon. Glassware is a snifter, tulip oversized wine glass. I got my favorite snifter. And since it's 8.6%, they're saying you can sell it, but don't do that. You will regret it. I didn't get it all in there, but I got quite a bit of it in there. About a half a finger of head, and that looks exactly like a glass of orange juice other than the head on the top of it. And it could be orange juice if you pour your orange juice pretty aggressive. It looks just like orange juice to me, guys. That's very impressive. I've never been able to brew a beer that looks like that. All my beers come out clear because I use a secondary and all that stuff drops out of it. I don't filter anything, but I've never had one look like that unless it's the last glass out of the keg. Then it looks like muddy river water then because all the hops that's in the bottom of the keg gets sucked up in there. But let's get a nose on it. I'm dying to try this. Oh my God. The hop profile is off the chain, guys. Grapefruit, citrusy, pine, pineapple. There is some venomous notes. When you say venomous, some wine-esque, like white grapes or something in there. Tangerine, oranges, mangoes, pears, apples. Wow. That aroma is outstanding, guys. Every time that I get my hands on one of these Trillium or Treehouse or these guys on the East Coast, it's brewing. And even I've had some from other breweries from up on the East Coast here that are doing stuff like this too. In my opinion, guys, these beers are better than a Henny Topper or Pliny the Elder. Wow. I can't wait any longer. It's time to dive in. Let's get it on. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Definitely getting the white grapes on the taste. I wonder how much juice they have to put in there to get it to look like that, or if that has any effect on the color of it or the cloudiness of it at all. I swear, it looks exactly like a glass of orange juice. Impressive. Outstanding tasting beer, guys. It is exceptionally well made. Well, if I lived up there close to this, I'd be going to this place every other week and grabbing as much of what was available as I could get my hands on. Wow. Well, let me take it and let her have a sip, 2 or 3, maybe just 2. And see what we end up with here, guys. I'm going to get the rest of it in there. And we're going to sip on it for a while. I might set that on the deck and fire up a stogie to go with this while I'm sipping on it and enjoy this. This is a sipper. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back, guys. This beer is outstanding, guys. And I had no doubt that it was. That's why I was anxious to get it in here and get it reviewed and get it open and get it in my belly. On the bottom of the can it says it was canned on 10/10/2016, and today is the 20. What's today? 26 or 27th. The days run together now that I'm not working. And underneath that it says, answer your telephone. Well, it's been a long time since anybody's had a telephone that looks like that, I would say, with a rotary dial on it. I remember those. I'm old enough to remember those. Before the days of cell phones. And it was a rotary phone. Before the push buttons came out. Yes, I'm that old. I'm antique. But this is awesome, guys. It is very, very tasty. It is outstanding. It is world class. Grapefruit, pine, pineapple, mango, tangerine, oranges, hints of white grapes, apples, pears. Delicious. Delicious. If I was close to these guys, I would have a reserved parking place in their parking lot because I'd be there so damn often they'd know me by name. Wow. Outstanding. Out-freaking standing beer. Final cup. Whenever you see a plain Jane silver can like this, that it has a stick-on paper label, they've concentrated their efforts on what's gone inside the can rather than a bunch of high-dollar graphics that's on the outside. 9 times out of 10, 99 out of 100% chance, you're going to get a good beer usually. And these guys don't make a bad beer as far as I'm concerned. Not had anything that wasn't outstanding from these people. I've been blown away every time I get something from these guys that somebody sends me. It has been off the chain outstanding. So, and this is no exception. It is a 10 for me, guys. It is 100. It is world class. If you can get your hands on anything that Trillium does, or even Treehouse, and some of the others on the East Coast that do this style of beer, that concentrate their efforts on what's going in the package, whether it's a can or a bottle, and they're dating. Canned on date, not a best by, not a best before, or a used by, or something silly like that. So we know exactly how old the beer is we're buying. So, very well done. I would like to see them put the IBUs on it somewhere, which they are not doing. But other than that, it is a 10, guys. It's awesome. I mean, I'm gonna leave it there. It's awesome. And as I've gone against the grain on yesterday's beer and the beer before, a lot of times I'll agree with what either Rate Beer or Beer Advocate says. I think their numbers will be high, or their numbers will be low, or we'll agree somewhere along the line. In my opinion, this is a top-notch, world-class beer. I can't think of a single thing that I would say to change this beer, make it better. It is great. So, over to Beer Advocate, they say the score is 95. I think that number's at least 5 points low. And over to Rate Beer says overall 98 and 94 in the South. I think that number's low. So, if this didn't blow your hair back or your socks off, you're brain dead, as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing that I could say that I would say to change this beer, to make it better. There's absolutely nothing. So these guys got it going on. They know what they're doing. They do a world-class, top-notch beer operation there, and everything that comes out the door there, everybody's standing in line and clamoring to get their hands on, and well deserved too, because they are making some outstanding beers. And for our final check-in, we'll run over to Untapped. Untapped has it at 4.42, not quite to their, and I look at this, their 5 is, and I've never seen a 5 on Untapped, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what it's going to take for these guys to give it a 5. 4.42, in my opinion, if their grade scale goes to 5, is between an A- and an A. 4.5 would be the A, and then 4.5 to 5 would be their A plus or whatever. Now I may be reading that wrong or whatever, but 4.42, I think the number's low. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a 5-star beer. It is absolutely a well-deserved grade, in my opinion, and I wouldn't give them anything less, especially since they have the ABV on the can and the canned on date on the bottom, and getting what I'm getting in the glass. What else is there to say? If you can get your hands on it, you need to do it. If you're a hophead, this will blow your hair back. This will blow your socks off. It'll take you in the back room and give you oral sex. Alright guys, we're going to leave it at that. If you had this from Trillium, this is their Dialed In with Pinot Gris juice. Blowed my hair back. Blowed most of it off, as a matter of fact. Let me know if you've had it, guys, and coming back tomorrow. Let's take something out of the fridge. Probably won't be as tasty as this. It makes me sad. But we'll see what we can dig out. Might be. You never know. There's a lot of beers in there. We'll back tomorrow. Let's see what we dig out.